Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So, Jim Beglin, what is your interpretation of the way they appear to be lining up?
Well, it could be a disguise, Peter, for something else. And that five at the back can easily produce wing-backs. If that's the case, I think, it might end up a three at times. Admittedly, though, if they do play deeper and in line with the centre-backs, then we can take it that they don't really want to give much away. That'll be foremost in their minds. But essentially, it depends on the two wide players in that defence.
Owen! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that should get the job done.
Well, Peter, the brains of this particular team's operation is Pep Guardiola, someone who can dictate...
And Messi! It's run loose. Oh, it's fallen loose again! And it's in! That's a throw. Oh, can he get onto this? Fermin, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Dembele. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pirlo. Messi. Messi powering forward here. He's going for goal! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
And it's Lopez. Owen. And that's a good shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Vieira. Pirlo. Now, can they get him away? Great chance! And that is well cleared. Dembele, very much a man of this moment. Gyökeres receives it in a good... Owen! Oh, that is outstanding! He's got himself an absolute peach. He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
So the first moment of real significance.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Can he finish? And he's stuck it away. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
The angle was unkind, but he has hit the spot.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Barcelona restore parity.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the set.
And Owen! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Araujo. And it's Thuram. Thuram. That's it, 45 minutes up. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch with chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Barcelona kick off the second half. Searching pass he's played there. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Vieira. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Dembele. Rijkaard. It's a searching pass. Vieira. Messi. Nice interception, well timed. Fermin. Threads one in. Cute ball now. Gyökeres! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Can he get on the end of this? It's a throw. And the finish! And that's in! And they're back in front! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Tries a shot! And it's been hooked away. And he's quick to return it. That could spell trouble. Tries to pass it through. Oh, perfectly measured that. Big chance! And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
That ball looks a good one.
There they go, hunting again.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. The ball has bounced loose now. Messi. Nedved. Always onto this. Oh, shooting chance! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
So we have movement on both benches. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Looking for a runner. Oh, that's clever. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
That's been cut out. Well played. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Kukcu. Ferdinand gets over and intercepts. Time added on 4 minutes. And he's intervened well there. Played towards the front line. And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, we're on the way.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes while offering his defence a solid shielding presence too.
Players don't come a whole lot better in his position, do they?
Not really, and not many can boast the same quality of performance either, Peter.
They've got a corner here. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Tomiyasu. And it's Nedved. Now it's Pele. A Lotus Pele! And he nearly went all the way.
Pele certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Roberto Carlos. Neymar. Roberto Carlos. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Neymar. He's in a great position here. Pedri. Oh, he's having a go!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now he's got space here. Baresi gets over and intercepts. Vieira. Now it's Messi. Now that looks a decent ball. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And there's the shot! It's fallen kindly here. Tomiyasu gets it away. And he's there to retrieve it. Chance for a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team...
Oh, terrible pass. Pedri. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. And this is Pele. Nice looking ball. That's good vision. And it's been hooked away. That'll be a throw-in. And it's Pirlo. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get it through? Rummenigge. Now, can they get him away? He's had a shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Barcelona currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we get things going again.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
He slings it in. Vitinha tries to clear. Neymar. Messi. Tries to pass. He's had a shot! And he's stuck it away. They have come roaring back.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
We're looking at a different game. Takes a shot! Mbappe! Oh, how good is that? A finish of true class. And they get themselves in front.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Barcelona leading now.
It's so often...
And Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Nicely weighted ball.
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Pirlo! And it's in! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And there's green grass ahead of him.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Looking for the run, and it's made its way to him. Can he get on the end of this? Dembele's delivery. That's a corner kick.
This is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. It's a goal kick. Barcelona making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite
The
able.
shrill sound of the whistle, and that is that. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things,
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, Peter, I think Vermeulen's ability to play the ball out of defence will be key here, especially if you're looking to get a possession-based game going.
Well, that is pretty much how so many teams do play these days, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'd say in his case, he's going to be doing a fair bit of ball carrying as well.
Real chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Ah, he's given it away. Van Basten! So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nuno Mendes. Now it's Van Basten. Milan have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Shot a goal! Sensational from Haaland! A finish right from the top drawer! AC Milan are all square. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pelé. Dembele. He's beaten the last man. And he's there to get it away. It's gone out for a throw-in. Nice sequence of passes, this.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Batistuta. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Van Basten. That's a cute ball. Thuram. Pirlo. Nedved. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nuno Mendes. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira. Pirlo. Stam can. That's the end of the first 45. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
Barcelona are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. Barcelona get the second half started. And this is Dembele. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Courtois gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Van Basten. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's beautifully weighted. And this is Dembele. Not a hint of offside here. Decent chance! Goal! Barcelona! And they get themselves in front! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he shoots! And that's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Who tries a shot? Goal, Milan! And the comeback is complete. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Milan leading now. Chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Haaland really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Araujo getting this one clear. And it's played forward. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. He's picked his way through. And Yaya Toure! So close to drawing level.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Batistuta. Van Basten. Van Basten! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Milan have their second corner now. He's rising! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Cleared away.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Can he finish? It's a goal! And right near the end, we have parity. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Oh, it's just a little long. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Now it's Lewandowski. Ferdinand cuts out the pass.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling.
That's it. The referee says enough. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Your reflections then, Jim?
Barcelona, certainly.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costacurta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Juve! It's in! He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Nicely weighted ball. And he's quick to get rid. And that's been won straight back. And here's Messi.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. And he's lost his man here. He's being urged to... Goes for a shot! Goal! They are purring, truly purring. So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Liverpool are... And Messi! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been cleared. Thuram. Baresi. And it's Vieira. Knocks it into space. And the shot! Oh, good finish. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
Just one in it now.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And he's picked it up out wide.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space.
Shapes to shoot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Liverpool now... Oh, what a mistake! Oh, he's burst through! Oh, he's on his own! And the shot! Now, and it's come back out to him. And it's there! And they're threatening to fly away here. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. That's the end of the first 45. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. We're on the move again.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second half.
Nicely spread. Now it's Szoboszlai. Ekitike. And this is Kaut. He's shifting through the gears here. Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. They're urging him to shoot. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Rijkaard pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, that's fabulous. Messi needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Kaut. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Pirlo, who's set up one goal so far. And he was quick to react. Messi succumbs to the pressure. Nedved. Back where it came from. Owen looking sharp there.
That was a great ball that looked right on the money. Trying to get behind the defence is something that can work well here.
Now it's Wirtz. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's a cute ball. Mbappe! And it's in! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Spread neatly. Chance, surely! And that's a real chance missed.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Szoboszlai. And no, that was never going to make it. And it's Dembele. 5 minutes left on the clock. Now that looks a decent ball. Opts to play it back. That is a brilliant interception. Played into space. And he's intervened well there. Tries to play it through. Count is onto this. And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Barcelona perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
Well, Peter, this is certainly a man who can make all the difference.
King Eric, surely one of the greatest ever to grace the English game. And you've got to say that alongside his class, he brought about a bit of a tactical revolution. Header! No, not the best of headers.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Mbappe gets flagged offside. Wan-Bissaka deals with that comfortably. Rummenigge. He's having a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's there to retrieve it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Nedved! Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Now that's a fine challenge. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And this is Eto'o. He's found a way through. That's really well cleared. Oh, that's neat. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now, Cantona! Eric Cantona! Fantastic! A finish right from the top draw. And we have liftoff. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Barcelona are benefiting from a lot of movement up front, are they not?
Yeah, and if you're looking to play people in with passes from midfield, you really need willing runners who aren't looking to just get to the defensive line, but to go beyond it.
Eto'o. Cantona. Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's made its way to him. He's found a way through. Pirlo can clear it away. And it's Eto'o. Messi. Searching pass he's played there. That's a decent clearance. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's had a shot! And that's a tidy finish. They are purring, truly purring. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity...
So, a temporary halt to the action.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Eto'o, chance surely! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Arsenal are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
A case now of complete control. Nedved, and here's Mbappe. He's free, he has got space. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Nedved. Rummenigge. That pass has been well into... Real chance! Has another go! And that's a sharp finish. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Barcelona may be down, but not out just yet. Eto'o. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Mbappe. Vieira. Tomiyasu. Baresi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Passing nice and neat. And the finish! And that's a real chance missed.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Knocks it into space. Quality ball. And it's Messi. Van Dijk is there to clear. And here's Nedved. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And now the breakaway. Now it's Mbappe. Just 5 minutes left. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Eto'o is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Nice looking ball. That's that, the end. Barcelona perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Mbappe! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Mbappe really looks sharp out there. That first touch, sensational.
And it's made its way to him. Looking for options for movement. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Tomiyasu. Baresi. And it's Tomiyasu. Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, good-looking ball. He's onside. He has found the way through. Shoots! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Rummenigge is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. And this is Eto'o. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's had a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So we have the first goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Barcelona currently a goal to the good and with the lion's share of the ball. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Dembele. Oh, this is a... And the shot! And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Neymar. Pirlo.
Barcelona really are a team that like to break lines.
Yeah, they love doing that, and it does work.
Yeah, plenty of balls in behind, Peter. Just needs to find the right run now.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Mbappe has been caught there. It's a foul. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
He's gone for goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Thuram. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. It's run loose here. Oh, good climb. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't...
Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Neymar! And that's a sharp finish. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like...
And that is all they have time for. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch with chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So once again, we're underway.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And this is Eto'o. Vieira just eases him off the ball, and it's Ronaldinho. And here's Neymar. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Nedved. Messi charging forward, the ball at his feet. Shot could be on. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Eto'o in the hunt and looking threatening. Good effort from distance. Oh, that's a little loose. Vieira. Now Pirlo. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dembele. Nicely weighted ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And it's Nedved. That's a little off target. Rummenigge. Now it's Eto'o. Ronaldinho. Now it's Eto'o. Looking for the run. Thuram herring after the ball here. Messi. And it's Messi. Can he get it through? Thuram. Ronaldinho. This is a promising build-up. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Toon really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Now it's Neymar. Tries to play it through. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Araujo.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Barcelona desperately searching for the winner here. And it's Nedved. No way through, so back it comes. Ronaldinho. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Your reflections then. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. Well, Jim, there have been quite a few lethal front threes down the years, but this man, Neymar, might have been a part of the best of them all.
I would say so. I mean, they won the treble in 2014-15, so it's hard to argue against that.
And in the first season, they played together too.
All three of them had great seasons, but I can't forget that game against the battle-hardened boys from Madrid, where they all scored.
Neymar got the first one, of course. The pass into him looked lucky, but was apparently intentional. Bullet! He's delivered all right!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It's a loose ball.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Quarter of an hour played. And here's Dembele. That's tidy. Now who's going to be first to this? Seedorf, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. A probing pass. No luck with that dink over the top. And it's Bale. Barcelona are behind here despite their domination of possession. Vieira.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Nedved. A lot of space ahead of him. Played into the box. Terrific effort! And that's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Gullit chasing after it. And he's picked it up out wide. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Thinks about the shot. Nedved. Bale, a player who needs no introduction. And that is a little undercooked. Pirlo. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And for the first half, that is that. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Barcelona will be pretty happy with the way they've performed so far. They remained calm after going behind, and they were able to raise the intensity, get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And so we're off again.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Pirlo. Messi charging forward, the ball at his feet. Plays a sharp little ball here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's found space here. Baresi with the clearance. Oh, nice one too, very nice. Delivers with whip. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Now it's Dembele.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Baresi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's Luis Suarez. Seedorf plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, that has not gone well. And here's Neymar. Neymar purring through the gears. Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Costa Curta. Seedorf. Pirlo. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now, can they get him away? And here's Suarez. Caresses it through. Now this... And the finish! Goal! Switzerland! And they've got their lead back. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers: little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Switzerland really wanted that 2-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
That's very neat. Messi stood his ground strongly. Place it in low. Great chance! And there goes their last chance. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Barcelona never really got into this game. I think conceding early as they did seemed to completely undermine whatever had been put in place before they left that dressing room, and they just didn't readjust to it at all.